I grew up watching Larry Bird versus Magic, Isaiah versus Michael.
Yeah.
When you think about LeBron James and KD, number one, is he that rival for you? And if it is LeBron, how did LeBron make you a better player?
Well, since I was in ninth grade and I turned on ESPN one day, LeBron James was the guy that people said is the next Jordan. So in my mind, I was a 6'2" like JV player. I didn't play varsity my first year, my ninth grade year. So in my mind, I was like, this is the best player. So I have to be as good as this, or I have to look him in the eyes at some point in my career. So, that was always in the back of my mind as I worked, as I played games. I wondered, because that's what was told to me, that was the new guy, that was the next Jordan. So, but that evolved into that's just another competitor, So, but just having somebody that's been around since I took basketball serious and we're still playing against each other, that's pretty special to me, the longevity, and you can call it a rivalry, you can call it whatever, but to have somebody at the same position, whereas we guarding each other when we play is definitely special, because he's one of the best players that ever touched the floor.
Do you think that the criticism that the NBA has changed where guys don't hate each other like they used to, do you think that's valid?
I think guys respect each other, but it's still a level of guys we don't shake hands during a game or it's different right now, as far as we respect each other on another level, and we understand that we're all individuals and we're coming together to play on somebody else's team, but at the same time we want to win. That competitive fire is still there, but it is a different feel,
right,
amongst the players. It's like we all respect the journey we took, and we know how hard it is to get here, so it's more open now.
That's also, I think, something with the technology, you can text easier, you can interact, people's relationship, you know what they're like just reading their Twitter or their Instagram.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm sure in the 90s, what are you going to call? Michael Jordan's not going to call Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
If they could text, I'm sure they would have. A-Rod, who was your guy? Who was, Kevin mentions in ninth grade he sees LeBron. Who was your guy that you're like, I got to be that guy?
I had three, and it was because those are the teams we got covered on television. Back then we just had cable, and the three teams were the Mets with WOR, and it was Keith Hernandez, and I love Straw. And then I was a tall shortstop, and forever people said, you're too tall to play shortstop. I'm sure you heard that as a shooter. You're too tall to be that good of a shooter. For me, that was Cal Ripken, who was 6'4", and obviously played many games in the streak. And then third, I would say was Dale Murphy, because they were on TBS, and they were America's team. And all these three guys played every day. They were leaders. They were blue-collar guys, and I came up watching my mother, serving tables as a waitress, and I just kind of, gravitated to that kind of blue-collar hard work from those guys.
Mm-hmm.